This is George Clark. It's the 18th of October and this is Unit 330 Project Management, and this is Unit 2.3 and 2.3.4. So today I will be explaining my project plan. So you can see the one on the left here, where my mouse is the one where you could see that, the plan before the completion date, because it's lacking in the completion dates, because this was the one I wrote when I first began to plan my project, because this is what a project plan would be used for. So you can see that I've broken the tasks down. So you can see that there's planning, content creation, CMS, search engine optimization, social media marketing, search engine marketing, email marketing, and then the project going live, as well as a post-project review. So you can see that I've broken these tasks down into activities at certain aspects of the project or the tasks that need to be taken part. So you can see that, for example, the planning, you need to identify the team members, which I've done in this column, the representatives, as well as in the resources. You can see how much each person costs per hour. You can see that their ID then matches the representative. You can see that you'd need to create a project brief, which I'll then show you afterwards, as well as create a planning document, such as this one. Then if we scroll down, you can see, for example, social media marketing. You can see that each person needs to create a brief for their task, so everyone knows what they're following. You can see that you need to do user testing, and you actually need to create the content as well as reporting back on it. So you can see that how many hours each person's been allowed on each task. So you can see that this person, so this is me, you can see that I'm allowed to spend 9 hours on the planning task, and I can also spend 10 hours on the search media marketing task. You can see that other members of the team, some have been allocated less time, whereas some have been allocated more time. So depending on the task, depending on how many hours you're allowed. Then if you scroll over, under columns E and F, you can see when we're expected to start the project, if all goes smoothly, and then followed over to completion date to see how long people will actually be spending on the task. And then using a formula, I worked out how much it would be for each person to look at. So say I'm allowed to spend 9 hours on this one. If you go over to the resources folder, you can see that it costs £150 an hour to work on that task. So it works out at £1,350 for that task. I've left the actual completion date and the status empty, because they'll be filled in once the project is completed. You can see down here I've included a key to know which is which. And then the total cost of the project will be just short of £7,000. And then if we go over to the final copy, the one on the right hand side, you can see that I've filled in the actual completion date of when each task was completed. So I've hence filled out the C. However, we encountered a problem on the task because our go live, we had MB, which means no budget, which means we ran out of budget before we'd able to set the project live, because we've spent too many hours on each task. So that's the first method of planning a project. You can also see that we use a piece of software called Mindmap, which is a mind mapping tool. You can see that we've planned each of the tasks out, and you can see that, for example, the planning, the project team, each person has this responsibility, and then vice versa, it goes all around until as a way to plan the project in a way that's not a table, something a bit more visual for those who may find it easier to visualise content. And then you can give your whole team access to this, so you'll all be able to view and edit or make changes or tick off once it's complete. So that's a really good way of the whole team being able to work on the task at the same time. And then finally, if you go to 330, if you go to the project brief, which is here, you'll be able to see that each project role here, each person's been given a role, and then this then goes over to the This then goes over to the Excel doc that then explains to you which person's got which job. Thank you.